Welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny. It's another smoke with me, so make sure that you have not only something to smoke, but also something to drink. Make sure you stay hydrated. I do not want to be responsible for you little bitches being dehydrated. We can smoke, have a good time, but we gotta be healthy. So I am smoking this Bloom disposable all-in-one, whatever you want to call it, in Blue Dream. Same water bottle as always. So it's no secret that I love thinking deeply, even when it's really not necessary, and then just discovering ideas and concepts and revelations about myself and then sharing it with you guys. I am not claiming to be a teacher or trying to educate you or anything like that. I'm just talking about my own personal experiences while we smoke together. Got that fucking disclaimer out of the way. Now let's get into the meat. Hang with me, guys, because this is I just want to talk. I don't have a main theme or concept. I have multiple that are just going through my head right now. It's going to be kind of like a stream of consciousness. I feel like a lot of times I want to speak for everybody, but I know for myself, I get a little bit embarrassed to be a beginner at something or to be new at something or to start something new for the first time. I just get a little self-conscious. And honestly, I don't even like to do things unless I already know that I'm going to probably be good at it, especially with practice over time. But if it's something where I'm that's definitely not going to be my strength, I'm probably not even going to try it. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's what I do. But that being said, sometimes I get nervous that people are going to be judging me a little bit and bitch, pick a lane, or choose an identity, whore. And it's bitch, I'm trying. I'm building myself right now. I'm figuring it out. And then there's been a lot of other times where I'm damn, I'm still out here grinding toward this goal that I have. I really hope it all pays off. Also, I know, Miley Cyrus, I know, it's the climb. But the longer that I was pondering this, I had another realization other than enjoy the journey. We get it, bitch. I had a deeper, for me, more helpful realization. I was sitting there and I was just thinking about how grateful I am for this current life that I have, the life that I have built and created, not just by myself, but also with my partner. And then I realized oh my God, as long as you just always keep working toward bettering yourself and I'm not saying don't have fun, but just really always try to work towards your goals, do the right thing. Eventually, it's just no matter what, you're going to see progress and eventually you are going to see success. You're going to be where you want to be. You're going to at least be farther than you used to be. It's so fun to be able to look back and be I got myself here. And by doing all of this, it's not even a matter of finding yourself. You're literally creating yourself. And I will tell you how. And I can't speak for everybody, but I know for me, when I'm on my personal growth journey, I am always taking in new information, whether it's reading books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, audiobooks, whatever the case may be, in real life, mentors, going to classes, etc. I'm always learning and searching for new information. I'm going down rabbit holes and then spending a lot of time researching a certain topic that really resonates with me and helps me feel like some type of self-discovery is happening and helping me better myself. Then that usually leads to another rabbit hole and then another rabbit hole. And sometimes, again, just speaking for myself, these rabbit holes, they're not short little for one night I was researching something in the middle of the night. No, I make this my entire personality because I just get so obsessed with it and excited about it and want to dive into it. So, mom, it's not a phase. It is a phase. It kind of is a phase, but I'm not mad at it because we need these phases to help create ourselves and shape who we are becoming, who we're meant to become. And you don't even really realize that it's happening. It's just as long as you're working towards something, trying to grow all the time, trying to better yourself, this just naturally happens. And even when you move on, I know for me, sometimes I look back at old phases I went through and I'm oh my God, that one's kind of cringe. Or oh, I didn't really realize certain parts of that maybe weren't correct or I didn't fully understand. And even when we move on to other ones, there are still key parts of those other phases we went through that stay with us, that make up the core part of who we are, that help shape us. Also, I think I decided I fucking hated these microphones because I'm holding it a little tiny baby mic all the way up here. If I'm gonna have a mic, I want a Hannah Montana glitter fucking mic if I'm gonna hold it. You know what? Let's take a hit. I need a break. Another thing that I have to tell myself all the time is bitch, don't be embarrassed if you've changed. Don't be embarrassed that you don't have the exact same opinions or ideas that you thought were correct, because when you know better, you can do better. It's okay. It's okay to have phases and change. Now, I'm going to be clear. I'm not talking about if you got some racist fucking tweets, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. And I'm not talking about that. If you have a homophobic past, a racist past and all that, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you were oh yeah, I thought, my dad could never be forgiven for what he's done to me. And then I realized, he's just a human. And that rage I felt, while valid, it doesn't need to stay with me forever. Maybe that's your truth. That's not my truth, but that might be your truth. I'm gonna hold a grudge. I'm just kidding. It's not a grudge. It's a boundary. But I'm just saying, don't be embarrassed if you look back at your life and you're oh my God, that phase is so funny to look at now because I just changed and grown so much. It's not embarrassing. It literally got you where you are now. You probably wouldn't have become who you are if you didn't take that path to get there. You know what I mean? Like, say thank you to your old self, hooker whore. I feel like the key takeaways that I just kind of want to like wrap this up with are just that phases are essential in creating who you are and parts of your life, and you shouldn't be embarrassed of them. If you just keep working on yourself, you will quote unquote find yourself, because you will have been creating yourself the whole time. And these phases are essential to your growth and getting there. This is what happens when my phone shows me memories from when I was a fucking teenager and just like the life path that I thought I was going to take. And then I'm like embarrassed that I like thought that was going to be my life, or those are the people that I thought I was going to have in my life forever. And it's just like, girl, I'm glad it didn't turn out that way. I'm not embarrassed because it got me where I need to be, but I'm glad it didn't turn out that way. I'm glad I have more information now, and I can just take parts of that with me and leave the rest that doesn't serve me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.